Welcome back to the Axial Seasick tutorial series. I'm Mr. Nope. In this video, we will learn the simplest Axial Seasick tricks. The stationary Axial Seasick, as the name implies, it is to stop pen move first and then do Axial Seasick. The most common use is this. Before, when spinners' understanding of JM was still at the stage of skip charge, people did not associate this trick with JM. Because there is no charge in this trick, there are naturally no parts that can be skipped, so the spinners just treat it as a creative highlight trick. But if you have watched my previous video, you will soon realize that this trick is using Axial Seasick. Based on the concept of Axial Seasick, we can quickly learn this trick. Okay, without further ado, let's go. Hold the pen between the pinky and the ring finger. The part of the pen in the palm is short. Flip the palm down, the pinky above the pen tip on the back of the hand will naturally face towards the thumb. Pen remains stationary. At this point, lift your pinky and release the pen. Simultaneously flip the wrist 90 to the vertical position. Open your thumb, catch the pen with perlicue. In this trick, wrist has flipped and twisted at the same time because the pen is stationary. As long as your finger position changes, it means that your hand is faster than the pen. Therefore, this action fully conforms to the definition of Axial Seasick, and it should not be difficult for you to notice that this trick clearly demonstrates the effect of isolation. So in combo, the most common connection is like this. Start with a pinky back around, then do a stationary Axial Seasick, then do a fingerless thumb around reverse. Of course, if you are willing, you can also use your imagination to create different linkages. Now, let's learn some more creative tricks based on the concept of Axial Seasick and the visual effect of the stationary Axial Seasick. All things in the world have the path of yin-yang, so penspinning trick have both normal and reverse directions. The previous trick was to move from the palm down to the palm vertically and from the pinky to the thumb. So if you reverse the trick, it can also be achieved. Move from the palm vertically to the palm down and from the thumb to the pinky. This is a basic set of linkages that I personally prefer to use. Start with this common link, stop the pen on the perlicue, then do an Axial Seasick, catch the pen with the ring and pinky fingers and do a fingerless pinky around. On the basis of the original version, we can achieve different visual effects by changing the starting and ending finger positions. In the original version, the starting point was between the pinky and ring fingers, and we can replace it with the ring and middle fingers, or the middle and index fingers. Similarly, the ending position can also be replaced. If you are willing to try, the finger positions that can be replaced can be even more unusual, like starting with the index and ring fingers or index and pinky fingers. And my personal preference is to start with Remo back and move from this position to perlicue. The extension of finger position and direction previously demonstrated was based on a 90 flip of the wrist, but actually we can flip our wrists more than that. With the same basic starting point, if we flip the wrist by an additional 90 degrees, you will find that the pen can around the finger in a stationary state. Similarly, there are many tricks that can be achieved by turning the wrist 180 degrees. I will select some representative tricks to demonstrate for your reference. As the most basic use of Axial Seasick, the potential of the stationary Axial Seasick is undoubtedly enormous. In the future, you will find that after breaking down many of JM's linkages, the core part is stationary Axial Seasick. But there are many stationary Axial Seasick tricks. Even if they meet the conditions, it does not necessarily mean that there will be a good visual effect. For example, we can mirror the first linkage, change it from the back of the hand to the palm side, and then move it to the perlicue as well. Although all aspects meet the conditions for a stationary Axial Seasick, the visual effect is really unsatisfactory. Therefore, when we use our imagination to create extended actions, we also need to consider the visual effects of the actions themselves and the rationality of using them in combos. Okay, that's all for this episode of the video. At the end, I will demonstrate some of my personal ideas for the linkages of the stationary Axial Seasick. If this video is helpful to you, please like and subscribe. I am Mr. Nope. See you next time.